fella that went to the doctor's and he said, "Doctor, I think I'm a bell." He said, "Well, go home and lie down for a couple of days, and if there's no change, give us a ring." And this Irishman rang up the airport. He said, "Is that reception?" She said, "Yes, it is." He said, "Could you tell me how long it would take me to fly to Ireland?" She said, "Just a minute." He said, "Thank you very much." I was talking to the wife the other day. She said, "You see that fella over there, Ken?" I said, "Yes, I was just looking at him when you said that." And she said, "Well, he's been out with every woman on this estate except one." I said, "Who's that, love?" She said, "I think it's the woman at the corner shop." This woman come to our house, she said, "I'm collecting for the local swimming master, so I give her a bucket of water." Hey, and I was in court the other day as well, you know, and the judge said, "What happened?" I said, "I was cleaning this lady's bedroom windows," and he said, "Go on." And I said, "This lady came in the bedroom with a pair of thingies on," so he said, "Go on." And I said, "This fella come in with his what's-its on," so he said, "Go on." And I said, "They were dashing around the bedroom that fast I couldn't tell what was going on." And he said, "Are you going to tell us what happened?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Why don't you know?" I said, "My ladder broke." He said, "Your ladder broke, how did that happen?" I said, "Well, there were 17 of us on it." The judge was dead, man. He said to this fella, "I'm sending you down for 15 years. He said, "I can't do that." He said, "Do what you can then." And what about this woman that come running out of the bank screaming blue murder? And this policeman said, "What's up?" She said, "An elephant's just been in and robbed the bank." He said, "Will you recognise it again if you see it?" She said, "No, it had a stocking over its head." I'm a riot sounds that. Hey, and it's funny, you know, it's funny, but, you know, when I go shopping now, and I'm not acting daft, you know, and I'm being serious, and I walk in, and I walked into this shoe shop, and I said, "A pair of crocodile shoes, please." He said, "Certainly. What size is your crocodile, say?" We're having a good time, aren't we? Yeah, I have the same trouble getting a suit, you know. I walked into this shop and I said, "I want to try that suit on in the window." He said, "Well, you can't. You'll have to try it on in the cubicle."